Hello and welcome back to Dream Daddy. In the last video, we had date one with Brian. It was a smashing success, except we told him we're good at fishing. And we're not good at fishing. He wants to take us on a man-on-man fishing trip, and I think that'll be happening today. So, come along with me while we try our best to reel in the daddy.
Heads.
All right, so we have a message from Hugo and Damien. Interesting. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? I mean, listen, as much as I would love to hang out with Hugo and Damien, which kind of sounds interesting, I would not peg those two as friends. I gotta stay with the task at hand, and the task at hand is going fishing with Brian. So we're gonna message Brian and you know, hope for the best, I guess. Hey, all right, and I forgot, I gave Brian Patrick Warburton's voice. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh, I have a message from Brian. Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my best fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. And my lawn could use another good mowing. So did he mow our lawn? Why didn't we get to see any of that? Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up in an hour I had previously forgotten existed early. That's gonna be a rough start. Amanda! Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting off a piece by piece like some kind of monster. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese, and it's not a chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda.
Dad.
Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique, or what? No, Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope. My stint in the Girl Scouts was brief and purely transactional. Thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, like, be outside, tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door. Within a half an hour, I served... On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within a half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does this have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please, try and explain it to me. Okay, Brian's he just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Huh? Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, good. I know that's what's happening. All right, Pops, we should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda. I brush my teeth, throw on some pajamas, and climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. And immediately open your eyes. Okay, sleep. We're not sleeping tonight, are we? I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me the edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in a stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid, still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait and wait and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are exactly the same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use the neutral buoyancy lure if you're gonna try and catch trout, buddy. Oh my God! Oh! I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half opening, and I see her curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up, and I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda, I'll get up in a minute. All right, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her head through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee. And another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I did not drink coffee when I was Amanda's age. I'm impressed. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him.
Hey.
Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woo, woo. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail ferociously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Jenny sit. Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell, and Daisy immediately falls asleep. That sounds about right. You're ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music. Oh my God, you heathen. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy nature. My fishing pole is in the shop, getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Right. I'm digging a hole here. I stare out in the forest, lining the highway. The sun's just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice, quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and into a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach the clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm still getting over a cold and my nose is getting congested, so I apologize if I make snorting, grunting, and disgusting noises. I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us, barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and the cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Oh, that's nice. Ah, great. It's still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest on Maxwell. Oh! Woof, woof. All right, your turn. Oh, am I going to be wearing a life vest? I guess so. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you can save me. I can swim, thanks. No, thanks. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me.
Shucks.
Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who is still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish?
Aww.
I'm good with just throwing rocks in the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them.
Ah.
Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish?
Huh.
I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff. All right, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts the life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out the front of the boat. Maxwell's coming with us. Oh. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves into the middle of the lake. Oh, this is so nice. He is not wearing his life vest, though. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge, after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. Still a gambling man? You know it! Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously.
Hey.
I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say, if I win, I get your weed whacker. Oh, the Whack Master 2000? That's a limited edition! But, if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit. The Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches in the backyard that I've been begging to prune. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff that I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts it into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. Put some bait on the hook and salt the fish. Stretch before a physical activity. Just be basic, put some bait on the hook. There we go. We've got this. We've got this. Thankfully, I've done some fishing in my time. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Right. I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian brought us. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh God, I'm bleeding. Oh God, there's blood everywhere. The worm is not on the hook.
Well...
Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know. I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Perform a fish mating call, tie a knot or something, meditate. I don't know. Perform a fish mating call? I don't know which one to choose. I don't want to screw this up. Tie a knot or something? Okay. Whew. Okay, we got this. I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. Pull my rod back, and I launch the lure as hard as I can.
Aha!
And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing into the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. The cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pull. I know it's hard switching to a new pull if you're not used to it. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile and just sits there. And I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Oh my God, I have to catch fish now? Fishing around here is easy. They all group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species. What? Okay. I need to match up 3 of the same species. I can't tell which fish is which.
Match that fish.
Okay.
Now you're fishing.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. What do I got here? Anything right here? Okay.
Nice match.
All right. This is looking good. This is looking good. Okay. Oh, I gotta. What? No, I want this one. There we go.
Nice match.
Okay. Cool. We're looking good. Looking good. What else can I do? What else can I do here? I don't know. That one. Oh, good. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Let's do this.
Nice catch.
Alrighty. This one goes that way. Oh my God. They all look so similar. I hate it. I don't know what to do. Oh God. Oh, that's not right. Yikes. Oh God, they're all starting to look the same. They're all blending in together. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, no, we're good. We're doing all right. Okay, we've got this. Look at this. This is looking great. This is looking great. Go there. Okay. You can go there. Okay. I'm not stressed. I am very stressed. Can you tell that I'm stressed? I'm very stressed. I never played. I never played Candy Crush, anything of those matching. I played Tetris in my day, but this is not Tetris. This is very much not Tetris.
Nice catch.
Okay, how am I doing? Am I doing good? I don't know how I'm doing. Oh my God, they all look the same! Thank God! Good work. Thank you, Brian. Oh God, if I have to catch any more fish, I am not going to win this date. Wow, that was tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Crush on him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps into my hand. I reflexively, is that even a word? tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole dips repeatedly and the line starts to run. Reel it in. I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian caught. The pool saw is all mine. Uh-oh. The entire canoe tips over with me. Oops. I find myself sinking into the lake. Should have taken the life vest. I thought we did take the life vest. Oh, I guess not. Are we gonna die? Oh, great. All of a sudden, I'm embraced underwater, being pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats in the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. Good. You all right? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and we'll fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the... Oh, is his shirt a little wet? Does he need to, like, lay it out in the sun? And, you know what I'm saying? Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Whoa. Man, all that general contracting must have built the guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Oh, I'm taking my shirt off now? Okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life, or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, you stupid, sexy Brian. You may as well fry up that shirt. Seems it's the only lunch we'll have. The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets up a couple of lures by the water's edge. We're probably going to have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I'm flushed with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire, and I accept the cargo short granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government at this point and installed themselves as leaders. I took a look around at the sun, cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm, golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Hey, go, bud. Is he gonna give me some bug spray? Yeah. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Throw the stick towards the woods. Fake out throw. Aw. Break the stick in half to assert your dominance. Fake out throw. I wind up and pretend to throw the stick. Maxwell runs for a second and then looks around, confused. Brian and I laugh. I toss the stick to Maxwell for real, and he jumps in to catch it in his mouth. Is it a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humans for our own amusement? Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? But pats never fail. Scratch behind its ear, rub that belly. Maxwell rolls over and lets me rub his belly. He wiggles on the grass, clearly loving it. I feel like a bit of a third wheel here. Where are my belly rubs? Oh. Something tells me Brian doesn't want belly rubs. Oh, I see, I told you. I'm so flustered I can barely say anything. I just focus on petting Maxwell and hope Brian doesn't notice how much I'm sweating. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol, I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand that you both put on your shirts. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head. Thankfully, I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We're playing with the bugs? I'd expected you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? I mean, you are 10. Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. We take a seat around the fire, and Brian serves us all a generous pile of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be so good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. All Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we're out here on the lake and then I accidentally tipped over the boat. Don't worry. All of the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Jenny? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I still can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle-puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awesome dad on the block. But yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window. The low rumble of the dirt road beneath us pulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. I open my eyes and realize that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good, you've earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it easy. The easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Oh, we're already home. Wow, that was quick. Amanda and I get inside, immediately collapse on the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... Stop. Why do you care so much? Panda, just look at the guy. He obviously got my number and he's rubbing it in my face.
Aww.
Dad, I love you, but you're kind of dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad? You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation on asserting yourself with masculinity. I'm going to bed. Good night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I am a tired slug. Amanda, the floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Pardon me. All right, let's see how we did. Give me the S. Yes!
What an amazing date!
It was an amazing date. Thank you, Brian. Well, that was a quaint little fishing trip that we had with our dear Brian. I think things are going well. I think things are going really well. We need to get over our fixation with beating him at everything, though, because if we're like that, I don't think this relationship is going to work. And we want to win Brian's heart. And the third date will be coming up soon, and that is when we find out if we have won Brian's heart. So we will continue on in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment if you would like to see more Dream Daddy, or any other games for that matter. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Have a magical day, and don't forget to stay geeky. Bye!